I am overcoming awkwardness and embarrassment to make this video for you. I keep having to answer the question, how come you've raised so little money on your equity crowdfunding campaign? And then when I tell people the story of what I've gone through to put our company ReelwUrld on WeFunder, they understand. I want you to understand so you can help me help the world with ReelwUrld. This all started in 2021. We needed a lead investor to launch on WeFunder, and we did at $50K. The lead investor doesn't transfer his money into escrow so we can withdraw, but he says he will for an entire year. All of that cash was supposed to be used for marketing so that people could actually know that our crowdfunding campaign existed. Now I have a choice. I can let our campaign sit there while I work long production jobs, or I could start to promote it myself. Since I grew up in the comic book business, I knew how to pass out postcards to promote stuff. So I decided to drive an Uber and a Lyft around Hollywood to become the living ad for the campaign. I drive to make as much per day as I would spend on ads, about $100 to $250 per day. 6 to 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. Within 2 months, we have new investors, new cast members, and 2 major partnerships. Then I get into my first car crash ever, hit from behind after picking up Lyft riders from Anime Expo. Everyone is okay. Of course, my pitch is ruined. I take some minor injuries, a bigger financial hit, some PTSD, and banned from ever renting from Lyft again. The $50K lead investor tells me he'll finally transfer his $50K into escrow so we can withdraw and start our marketing campaign. I return to promoting ReelwUrld through Uber as I await the marketing dollars. My pitch gets so refined and people love my hustle so much that we get invited to the Hollywood Black and Brown Tech Pitch Competition at the Polk Institute, where we win first place and $5K, which helps me pay for some company expenses like renewing our WeFunder and covering rent, which is great because that $50K investor never put in his cash. Instead, he borrowed money from me, never paid me back, blocked my phone calls, blocked calls from our advisory board. Fortunately, our account manager at WeFunder told me that this kind of stuff happens sometimes. It also happens in Hollywood all the time, so, Since the lead investor had to be removed from our campaign, it lowered our public-facing dollar amount from about $66,000 to about $16,000 and made other investors concerned to the point of them even pulling out their money, which lowered it to about $14,000. So it's super frustrating, really frustrating. At this point, I don't know what to do. I just know people need to know about ReelwUrld, and I just keep driving Uber. All of a sudden, I find out that we're finalists for $1 million in Techstars Rising Stars. And one of my Uber riders from USC delivers the final pitch to the judges on my behalf, making him late for work for a good cause, right from the car. Techstars loves that no one's ever pitched something like that before, but they don't choose us for the $1 million because they want to see the final product of what we built on our app, our first show with the community. Then I get into my second car accident ever and almost die while going to pick up an Uber rider from the night. And again, I'm hit from behind. I spin out of control. I hit something else. The car starts filling with like steam and smoke and gas, and I'm trying to break the windows and get out. I'm screaming because I don't want to die. Then someone comes and pries open the door, and I jump out. I look around to thank them, and there's literally no one around. I see other people running at me, and I'm like, where's the guy who just got me out? They're like, what guy? So I was like, it's a miracle. This time I take some more serious injuries in my back and have to stop driving Uber as the living ReelwUrld ad, and I start focusing more on our show, Justice for Hire, making cash to live off of teaching Tai Chi full-time and some accident money. We become finalists for another $1 million in Pharrell's Black Ambition Prize in September of 2023. And they said the same thing, where's the show made on your app? As you can see, there's lots of different components to just the part of the story for ReelwUrld that is the WeFunder campaign. The reality is that without a promotional budget, I have not been able to get the word out to as many people as possible. That's why I started promoting physically and becoming the ad myself. With a few days left before our closing, we could still raise up to $1 million. I have folks in my network that can cut $1 million check overnight, and that's great, but not all of them are activated. I also have other friends who might see me say that and they're like, oh wow, that sounds crazy and unrealistic. The reality is whoever wants to show up is welcome to show up, because at the end of the day, this is a gift for the world. I work for people, I work for you, I work for those who care about story and cinema. I realized that I felt embarrassed that people didn't understand and feel my story, and that's why I made this video. So help me help the world through ReelwUrld by joining our WeFunder. April 29th is the close. Join us. I love you.